All right, what's going on, everybody? This is a special STEM Media live stream we got going on today. I have the pleasure of interviewing the CEO of Guessing TikTok, as he is now
Sir.
known, my man Kenyon Lee. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Hi
welcome to STEM Media.
Hokage.
I dig it. I dig it. That's what's up, man. Yo, thank you for the time for the time of just coming to chat with me for a little bit.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So, man, are you from Memphis, Tennessee? Is that
Yep,
where you
I've been
originally from?
here. I moved back here when I was like 5. I've been living here for the past 14 years.
Word. Memphis 10, man. That's a lot of culture around there, a lot of good food. What do you like most about being in Memphis?
Yeah, the food, obviously. Like food everywhere is
Yeah,
pretty good. I don't know. There's quite a lot though to do here. We got the pyramid and all that, but
right.
outsiders don't usually find the fun here. I guess it's a lot of history in Memphis, I would say.
Right. Well, man, I think was obviously there's a cool geographical area community there in Memphis, but man, like you're most known now for your footprint on the virtual space, man, the digital arena as it relates to the community, man. And as far as I understand, we're talking about you and your TikTok journey, but more importantly, I want to hear just kind of your overall STEM journey, because that's what we do here on STEM Media, and we really love like the intersection of creativity and technical, which I think you embody so much. So just take me back a little bit, man. What are some of your earliest memories as it relates to like any type of like science or math introduction in your path?
Okay. I guess I go all the way back to elementary school is actually when I got involved with STEM,
Yeah.
because there was like this little program, I guess it was like kind of like a Clue Apex type of thing,
Yeah.
where they take like a select group of students and they just kind of like nurture that, just nurture STEM in general just for them. And that was something that I was doing all the way up until like ninth grade. So that's always been like a big part of my life, I would say. Um, Always like honors, stuff like that. Like that's just how I was just trained. And so like coming up into high school, I was just like, that was just like my same mentality. I was in marching band like ninth and 10th grade. And then, I wasn't like at the best school at the time, but like at the end of my 10th grade year, I was like, well, I kind of know what I want to do at this point. And I switched schools to go somewhere to a better school. And after that, I was just grinding. Like I was taking every class I could possibly take at that point.
Right. Then that was math like your best subject, or like what was your?
Oh yeah, that was definitely my best one. Although I am like, well, a lot of people tell me I'm like a natural writer as well.
Okay.
So I do like to write stuff in my free time.
Or yeah, you
But
sound
I
like
keep it private.
you sound like a natural talent in a lot of areas, man. You said you were in band, you're a writer. Obviously, you did pretty good in the STEM subjects, math, and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that something encouraged by your parents, like just to kind of like try a lot of different things and really get involved?
Yeah, they wanted me to get into a lot of things, but I would say most of the things they wanted me to get into is extracurricular sports, etc.
Right.
So I mean they are definitely big advocates for education though. Like they made sure like my grades and stuff were tight, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was mostly like me just like trying to like figure stuff out early. I was like,
Right.
yeah, this is the path I want to take, so let me just go ahead and take the necessary steps. So told them, well, actually they kind of helped me. We moved, I went to a better school, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, now I'm in this new environment. How am I about to prosper? Pretty much.
Right. No, I love that mentality too, man. Go ahead and grind, take advantage of the opportunities afforded you. Now, is it just you though, or do you have like siblings as well?
I have a sister, but she's mostly focused on basketball.
Okay. She's a hooper, huh? Older sister?
Yeah, now she's younger,
Okay. All right.
but she played like AAU high school.
Word. I gotta ask you, man. Can she beat you? Can she take you?
Not yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet. I'm pretty athletic. I don't look like it. Well, maybe not after quarantine, but I was athletic. I played sports too, along with band.
Oh,
It was
okay.
mostly like golf and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, golf. I played golf well, I didn't really play it like on the team, but I was like in the golf club in high school. One of those
Okay.
random extracurricular. And the thing about golf is there's definitely a lot of physics and like geometry and stuff involved in that too, right?
Yeah, yeah, a lot.
Cool. So what do you play now lately? Have you been involved in these, obviously quarantine, but like what would you say is your lingering athletic hobbies?
I want to get back into tennis. That's like that's one I really enjoy, but I only played that on the side.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I would say like my main thing I do is just I'll go to the trail. Like that's my main source, and I like to skate too. So it's like I'm going to the trail and I'm skating,
Yeah.
and those are like my main two things to kind of stay active. But other than that, it's just I'm content creating. That's
Yeah.
like my entire day.
Yeah, man. And we're gonna get into that, man. So this was like, okay, you went to high school, you were involved in all these extracurricular activities. How long ago did you graduate? Was it about a year ago? You graduated last year or
Yeah,
2 years ago?
last year.
Last year. Okay. So now you're in college at the University of Memphis, correct?
Yep.
Memphis Tigers. A lot of history at that school. A lot of great people attended there that are doing great things in athletics and just across the spectrum. But you are now studying. What are you studying?
Right now, I'm studying computer science,
Mm-hmm.
just a general computer science degree.
Okay.
I still, I thought I knew what path I wanted to take, but like after the TikTok fame, I just got to talk to a lot of different people who just kind of changed my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like I'm just standing in this little safe general area till like
Yeah.
I kind of figure out what path I want to take. And then I kind of have this ultimatum with myself. It's like, do I want to like quit content creation and just fully pursue this career path now, like now that I have all the connections and everything I need,
Mm-hmm.
or do I want to like just take school kind of easy right now, like
Yeah.
kind of part-time, um finishing all the other like prerequisites like philosophy, all that, and pursue my content creation while I'm still kind of hot, because my
Right.
Twitter got like 15k followers in like a week. My Twitch is almost at 10k, like I'm averaging 200 viewers or so.
I love
So
it.
like all my stuff is like blowing up, but like at the same time, I'm having weekends where I got to stay up the whole weekend to finish schoolwork. And so it's just
So conflict.
managing my schedule at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, people don't think about how like much time it takes to make good content. You know what I mean? It's not just
Yeah.
taking a quick picture and putting it up. It's like you're really involved in the process. And that,
Especially mine.
yeah, for sure.
No breaks.
You
I'm
going
spending
in.
like 5 to 12 plus hours on one video. It's a lot.
Wow. Wow. Well, let's start. Let's go there, man. Let's talk about where did it all start, man. TikTok. I was looking at your TikTok, and obviously, like I think your first couple of ones, you weren't really doing the guessing stuff, but like,
I didn't care about the first couple ones. Is I just downloaded TikTok because my friends was like, "Hey, you need to get on this. Like this app is hilarious." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. I'll get on."
yeah,
But the guessing one is like was like an actual. That's when I was wanted to make content. So when I
right.
made I actually kind of did a lecture on this first one. When we
Okay.
was talking to like some kind of PR class. The first one, it was unintentional to blow up. I didn't think it would blow up. I was just hoping it would get like 1,000 likes. That's blowing up to me.
Mhm.
By that next day, it was at like 1 million views, and I'm up 10 to 20,000 followers. But the reason I continued doing it is when it blew up, I was like, I need to take advantage of this. This might be an opportunity to be, a big content creator.
Mhm.
And I spent that night, I went through thousands of comments, looking at every single one, just trying to see what kind of reception I was getting. Like I was really analyzing the content. What made this blow up? What elements of this video did people enjoy? And I experimented with some different type of videos to see what route I can take. But it was like, nah, I tried the height guessing thing like one or two more times, and the first time it didn't really do nearly as good as the first one, but the second time I noticed that it was starting to go up. Like I noticed some growth there. And so, I kept going back to the original, just
Mhm.
seeing what they like. And I just kept trying to expand on it every single time. I switched it up to see like if the views would go up, down, because I didn't have a lot of time to experiment. Like my following just grew like beyond what I could create.
Like you got to what I think over 2 million in like 4 weeks. Is that true?
Yeah, I got
Man,
800,000 in a day
wow.
back in December.
Yeah.
So that was pretty crazy. Like
So that
my
was after. When
notification,
was that? At what point was that though? Was that like the third or fourth guessing one?
that
Like
was probably the fifth. No, it was probably the sixth actually.
okay.
It was one of those. I had to go back and look. It actually might have been like way later down the line because I still had to experiment a lot. I would try and pull that up, but the 800,000 a day, it literally broke my phone because I had my notifications on and my phone stopped working that day, and so I couldn't. I don't think I could upload the second day.
Dang.
So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, man. I've heard about that too. I've heard about how like sometimes you can get like tons of like followers and notifications because not only are you getting the followers, like you getting like tags of people like guess my height.
Oh yeah, the tags were so insane when I like blew up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have like 100K plus just tags just the
What?
day I did that video.
There's
Yeah,
no
I get a lot of tags every day. Like I get thousands of tags every day, but I remember when I was getting like when I was like in my prime, I would say I kind of slowed stuff down on my own because of school, and obviously I couldn't just like work around that schedule. It was kind of too intense. But in my prime though, you know, we looking at 10 to 20,000 mentions like every day just from random people.
That's crazy.
Me do somebody height or their height, something like that.
That's crazy, man. So when it came to like, all right, this blew up, this took off, and you're like, okay, cool. Here's my opportunity. I definitely want to make the most of this. And you began to look at different ways to like improve it, what people liked. Did you ever feel like there was like pressure on you? I mean, you maybe even for now, like, did you ever feel like it was pressure? Like, I got to do this every week now, or I got to do this every day. Like, how did you feel like you had to respond in terms of like your consistency?
I would say, yeah, I felt obligated to make content every day in December.
Okay.
And it was a whole new experience to me. Like I've been one of those people that didn't really care about social media. Like I didn't have to use my phone every day if I didn't need to. It would just be for, you know, call whoever I needed to call.
Yeah.
And so, you know, being in that new space, I'm like, okay, if I want to get this content, if I want to be this content creator, I'm gonna have to like put in like more work than just whoever big right now.
Right.
So the whole month of December, I probably racked up over 200 hours worth of content creation, doing those videos. You know, I had nights where I was just stand up 1, 2, 3 days, just making stuff and just reading. That's actually where I like study physics was in December. That's when I started applying it to videos. I remember just taking nights. I just stay up all night, watch videos, read little academic articles on it because I've never taken a physics class, but I thought it was just really interesting to like do videos on. So, you know, that was just me stand up late doing that, planning videos, obviously trying to figure out next steps, managing my DMs.
Right.
I was just like doing all that alone, and I just thought that was something that was just kind of destructive in a way. I didn't really manage that correctly. That was like my biggest mistakes. But now like I got a lot of people behind me, which is really good. Just takes a lot of weight off my back. So it's been a much more enjoyable experience, I would say, you know, where we are right now.
Right. Where you can focus on the creative and the content and like you can go to other people to like business or whatever else. But that's what I wanted to ask you about next, because, you know, obviously TikTok you're almost at 4 million now.
Yeah.
That is a lot of people, right? Like I was telling somebody the other day, like I just tried to see how many people in STEM are on social media. And I don't even think I got to 4 million just to like our age group of STEM on social media. So you've been able to obviously sort of bring this outside of just people who are into math, even like there are people who just find this just naturally. So what can you tell us? What were some of the experiences you had of people or even brands that have reached out to you and was like, yo, you got this huge following. Let's see if we can collaborate. Like any celebrities or anybody that kind of knocked you in the past that kind of like had you like, whoa, is this actually from this person?
I got so many. It depends. Like, okay, I guess the best way we can do this is do you want to hear like celebrities or do you want to hear, I guess, companies or both because it's a lot, and so I have to.
Yeah, so just give me like a couple of each that really like when you first got it had you like dang, like had you tripping like whoa. I didn't even know. I didn't expect them to see it. Like you don't have to go down the list, but just give us like the ones that kind of like initially was like whoa.
I say I remember the first big one. Her first couple big ones was probably like some big pages on Instagram, Shady Room. That was weird. I was like, oh, Shady Room, okay, bet. And then I guess House of Highlights is another like
basketball
big page. Yeah, I actually just finished some work with them. We're gonna be rolling that out tomorrow. A couple videos with them. So
yeah,
those are just like two big like content pages, I guess. As far as let's see,
person like a celebrity that you can share, I guess.
One single celebrity. It's an interesting question. So this is them reaching out to me.
Well, you got to connect with whether it's them or
got to connect with. Okay, Mr. Beast, his whole crew.
Okay,
Dream, his whole crew, which is a big like Minecraft YouTuber. So this is like them and their whole group. So I've talked to like people from them and their whole group because I remember me. I don't know if you watch any Mr. Beast, but I remember me and Carl collab. I talked to Chandler about collabing on a video.
Yeah.
Who else is another big one? Sean Does Magic. He's like my biggest TikTok friend, I would say. Next to like Bryce Hall, but yeah, me and him collabed on a video. He gave me a lot of advice about getting started and stuff. Talked to me about management. Well, he kind of encouraged me to get management. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, no, that's good. That sounds awesome, man. And I always feel like again, there are certain moments that obviously it's a lot of work. You've already shared that you stayed up nights trying to produce content, and a lot of people don't see that part. Some people just think like, oh man, I can just hop on here and I can do the same thing and I get big. But obviously, you know, it's not an overnight thing. It may, I mean, that first one may feel like overnight viral, but like,
yeah, you got to figure out how to like take that to the next level. And that's why I would say my content is probably some of the hardest to replicate, which would allow me to just kind of get so big on my own. Like nobody is able to really do what I do, or at least do what I do consistently. That's pretty much it. Or like they don't have the same effect.
Yes. So. Yeah. So I'll tell you real quick how I was like, oh man, this guy's doing this thing. Obviously, I found out about you through Papaya Tutors, and shout out to Papaya Tutors, Sandra, Online Tutors. I understand that they've helped you with some of your.
They definitely helped. With the schoolwork a lot, took a load off. And do like tutoring with them like once or twice a week. So that definitely helps me out.
Yeah, but I was at the gas station one time, Kenyon, and I was pumping my gas, man. And some gas stations have the little TV, Cheddar News, like.
Yeah,
bro. I looked up and there you were, and like it was probably like within a week of me even finding out about you. But I'm like pumping my gas. I'm like, yo, Kenyon is right here. The gas pump, like how in the world?
I remember that. Whole family was talking about that. Seeing me at the gas station, like I was getting calls from them.
Yeah. I was just so happy, man, just to see you, man. And again, at that point, I don't think we had a conversation, but I just felt kind of low key proud. I was like, yo, my man doing this thing. That's what's up. I love it.
Yeah. I definitely wasn't expecting like be that far within like that was after like 2 months of me like starting.
Wow.
So it was pretty crazy. Or maybe not even a whole 2 months, really. So everything was just happening so fast.
Right. And I guess it kind of happened at a good time because it was like kind of doing a break over the year. You was kind of able to like maybe focus a little bit more, right? Like you weren't in school for that part, were you? That
no, it was a winter break, and it was an extended winter break, really. So I had a lot of time to create. Like I stopped school November 24th, and I didn't go back to like January 18th. It was a nice little gap.
Got you. So let's talk about your process a little bit, man. I know you got a little secret sauce there, and for what you can share about it. But I'm an engineer. I have an applied math degree, and so I've been able to pick up some of the the ratios and stuff that you're rocking with. Take us from start to finish. Maybe start us with like whatever you can share first. How do you pick now? Like, how do you determine? Okay, I'm gonna take this challenge versus another one, and then like a little bit of the internet sleuthing that goes on to obviously like find your evidence and stuff like that. So go ahead, walk us through if you can.
Okay. How to choose people. This is like actually one of the most difficult things for me to do. Like now, this is like what can prohibit me from even making a video at this point is choosing.
Yeah.
And I try and do the most highly requested video, but it's kind of weird because some videos would be requested, but it's not really what people want to see is the main thing. And so, I've been doing a lot of celebrities because like I've been able to like talk to these people, and I guess people probably notice I've been doing a lot of Minecraft people because that's like this new like little community. That's what I've been streaming and stuff. So it's like I got that big community on Twitter now. So it's like, all right, let me stay involved with this, but let me get back on the height subject. I just say I just do the most highly requested TikTok wise, and from there, I guess choosing the item is the next difficult part. And I guess you want to know about how I find my items.
Yeah, I mean,
first I just find like I pretty much compile like every picture video. Like I actually gotta know who the content creator is. I'll watch like pretty much all their content, get all the inside jokes and stuff to enhance the videos, everything. Like I really immerse myself with their content, and that like helps I guess bring the video alive a bit more. Especially when they fans go and watch it and just see all the inside jokes and stuff happening. It's pretty funny. Secondly, as I'm going through all the videos, pictures, whatever, I'm just taking note of like different things. Like, I wonder if I could even pull up something. I want to see if I can pull up something here on my screen.
Feel free.
All right, here you go. So let me share this. This might pull it up.
Okay.
All right. So usually it'd be like this. And so I have a whole notepad full of like different things I can like use for the video. Like I'm just taking note as I go through it and seeing like potential references for my videos. And after that, I go back and I try and find all those different things online. Like I'll just sit there, however long, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, just looking up chairs. I've probably seen every chair available. I've probably seen a lot of other random stuff, but like I definitely take the long way. Usually when I'm streaming, it kind of helps because I got other people, in my stream. Like I got a little Discord server, and I got like this little channel where they can like help me find height. So I'll show an item on screen, they'll be looking for it, boom, send it in. So that helps speed it up a little bit, but I tend to do a lot of my videos off stream unless like I plan it, because it's really hard to do videos like my style of videos on stream compared to other people, because one, it's hard to kind of entertain. You just sitting here looking up items for 5, 6 hours.
Right.
Another thing is it's a lot more difficult when you got 2 big lights beaming on you and a camera. And you just trying to like chill and just look this stuff up. Like it's already kind of boring as it is. And so, I mean, it's kind of cool to talk to chat and stuff, but you get off track.
A lot of the work is here. Like people can really got you.
And so it's just hard to like focus when you just in that kind of environment. Yeah. So I like to do them off stream, but if I do it on stream, I try and plan it, make it like a really big thing, and it tends to be fun. I usually don't even finish when I'm on stream. Like I finish off stream, I go spend another 4 or 5 hours on it, because the whole stream I'll be distracted doing different stuff like cosplay and all that. And so it's whatever.
Gotcha. I didn't even know you did it on stream. So that's on Twitch. Sometimes you do them live on Twitch.
I've been doing them on Twitch since December. I've been doing at least like 1 or 2 a week on Twitch.
Got you.
Because people were curious or whatever. They didn't know like it was really real or not. So I was like, okay, I'll just start doing it in front of y'all. But we got to go to Twitch though, so I can like share my computer screen and all that.
Oh, well, I'm gonna hop on Twitch at some point after this and check it out.
Yeah, I'm streaming today at 4 p.m.
4 p.m. Yeah. All right, y'all. Check him out on Twitch. What's your Twitch name? Same thing.
Kentai H.
Kentai H. Okay, no dot.
Yeah, no dot or anything. I wasn't able to take my name. So
you're gonna have to pull rank, man. You're gonna have to, like, you know who I am? You come up off that name.
I know. I was thinking.
Make
I was
some
looking
phone
them up to
calls.
see if they were active because if they're not active, you can actually request the account name. They're not active for a year.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's what's up, man. No, I think it's dope, man. And so the thing that's also cool about your videos is that you branded it, right? You got like the samurai brand with the measuring tape. You
Yeah,
know?
I got all different cosplays now. Like, actually, can go grab some.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So this is like the first piece I requested. My High Hokage cape, which my friend made especially for me from scratch, and shipped it from New York.
Is that a function?
Cool.
Sign
They messed up a couple of the equations here, but they gonna fix it for me. They gonna fix it for me.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, we got this one.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. I've been wearing this in a lot of my videos. There's a couple other ones too. You know, this one was a part of one video I did. I bought like this little detective suit. It's like an anime suit.
Yeah.
Like my live stream loves when I do the cosplay, so it's just been something I just been investing in because it's pretty cool. It enhances my videos a bit. So this is a part of like my detective outfit here. I've been keeping this hat. And the most recent one I got, which I'm gonna be showing off on my stream later today. I don't know if you really know much about anime or anything like that.
A little bit. I'm anime though.
Well, I just got this piece from Dr. Stone. This was his robe. That's like a really big one right now because it's mainly about science.
Right, Ego MC Squared.
And it's like this guy who pretty much is helping. All right, the world has been turned into stone, and he's like helping rebuild society using science. So it's a really cool show. So I bought his outfit.
I'm gonna go get some clips and definitely overlay and try to overlay some of that on here because I think that's pretty dope. And have you always been in anime though? Like where did that whole part of your brand come from?
Actually, no, I didn't start watching that until the end of my 9th grade year of high school. I didn't know anything. Well, I kind of knew it existed, but I would say I was just too busy doing other stuff. Like band took most of my time. I like games too.
Yeah.
And so my friend had just told me about it one summer, and I was like, "Oh, this is really cool." I just started watching ever since then. Like I just became a big fan.
Yeah.
So
I think it's dope because it's a good intersection because like, you know, it's all about precision, obviously, you know, in the martial arts and things like that. But then like mathematically it's about precision and getting everything accurate and stuff. So that's like a perfect like brand, man. Congrats on that. Yeah. Have you ever thought about what you want to do with that next? Like you ever want to get some of your own characters together or some of your own like
see, that's what I've been trying to get done. I want somebody to animate for me. That's like my big thing. I want somebody to like get like an animation. So
yeah. We're gonna put it out there. We're gonna put that out there because somebody's gonna see you put it out there. And the more you talk about it, somebody's gonna come through and help.
Yeah, eventually. That's like my big thing right now. On Twitter, I guess I'm getting a lot of fan art now. Like that's kind of new. People have been doing a lot of fan art of me.
Yeah.
But I've been talking to one animator who does like some like edits, but nobody who really just makes an animation from like start to finish. That's something I would like maybe like those YouTube people who do little doodles and stuff.
Right.
Just do a video collab.
Yeah. There are a lot of people on Instagram since you kind of started up on there that you'll come across that do little short videos and stuff. So
I need to get on Instagram more. I need to get on there pretty heavy. Instagram has been like a little side thing for me since the beginning because I never really got into Instagram. So I just repost my videos pretty much on there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have some exclusive content planned. It's just I haven't got around to it yet.
Right.
I've really like exploded my Twitter the past couple days. Like I've taken it from literally like 0 followers. Nobody even knew I had a Twitter page to like 14K. I don't think I've talked about it in a TikTok yet or anything. So it's been all organic growth pretty much.
Wow. Well, man, when you got something that works, it's gonna work. You know, it's gonna work. If you know it works here, it's not gonna be a complete flop. It's gonna definitely work somewhere else. And you know, Instagram is where I'm pretty active, where STEM Media is pretty active too. So we're gonna see if we can connect with somebody on Instagram to help make some of that animation ideal of reality, man. For real.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be looking out too.
All right.
I still check in every now and then. So.
Yep. But just really quick before I go through another question, I want to go back to the math, man. So,
Okay.
you know, you be rocking with what is it? The golden ratio. I feel like, yeah.
That's one of my favorite.
Yeah. Okay.
For the height guess, obviously, what I try and do at that point, what I was doing before. Okay, we'll talk about what I did before. I would measure like from the ground. I'll try and get up to their waist, their torso.
Right.
And so from there, I was like, okay, I was just doing research online, like looking at different like little pages, and they saying it was like between like a 1 to 1.5 leg to torso ratio.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let me just try this out. And I was right. The thing was, I was like, when I was doing the videos, it was all right. And I was like adding up from like the neck to the top of her head and stuff like that. But I was like, this answer isn't always like perfect. Like this isn't the most accurate way I can go about this. And that's when I was just like up late one night, just kind of brainstorming, what can I do next? What can I do next? Just in case this get kind of old, because I'm like, this method isn't the most effective method.
Right.
And that's when I came up with, doing it based off their wingspan. And I found out that, here down from like your phalanges down through your metacarpals is like to your forearms is like the ratio closely follows the golden ratio. And so at that point, I was like, okay, maybe I can start finding people wingspans, because I like mentally just knew your wingspan was like 1 to 1, or it followed a 1-to-1 ratio.
Right.
Some people,
yeah, for sure.
I noticed all the basketball people I've done have way longer, and so I found like the average for that. And I've been busting out all these basketball people height, which is really cool. But after that, I became to formulate how I did it. I remember the first video I did was just on a wingspan. I got it wrong because I was still trying to figure something out. What I was doing was creating my formula. So I was creating my formula using statistics pretty much.
Gotcha.
I was trying to see, what is like the some kind of ratio between how high somebody's elbow sits off the ground compared to what was it? Oh, like the distance from their elbow down to the ground. That's what I was trying to find, an average distance. So like how far down this area is from touching the ground, which is around 41% was like the average.
Okay.
And so, I mean, it was a lot longer string of decimals, but that we just rounded to 41%. And after that, it was like, okay, this method is also really good, but there are some instances where I can't see people in like this perfect anatomical position where I can like get their the height of their elbow. So it's like, okay, time for a new method. And that's when I found out I could actually do it with people just holding different like objects in their hands. I think the first time I like really figured that out was this video I did of somebody holding a Dunkin' Donuts cup.
I saw that one. The circumference, you looked at the fingers around it.
Yeah. And once I did that and I could just figure out like a precise hand size, I was like, oh, from there, I guess all I have to do now, I mean, I just put in the rest of the calculation. It was like, it was giving me really consistent, accurate answers. I was like, man, I need to just like keep rolling with this, expand on it a bit more, seeing how this like works. And from there, I'm just finding myself being within like 1/8 of an inch of people heights, just getting it perfect. And like I stay true to my my formula too. So like, I mean, I know I can pixel measure and stuff like that, but I stay true to my formula. So like, if somebody isn't proportional, it will obviously just come up as wrong. Right. But like, I don't want to like switch up or anything like that, because I want people who follow the series to just see how I'm like doing it every single time. And if I switch up, it kind of throw like a little curveball at them.
Right.
And so I just stay consistent to how I do it. I have been playing around with the pixel measurements a bit because it's allowed me to do crazier and crazier items that it's just more appealing for people to watch.
Yeah.
Like pizza boxes and stuff. So,
Right. I saw you did like a Sunny D, somebody holding a Sunny D pack. I was like, this guy figured it out based on a Sunny D pack. I thought that was
it let
cool.
me do way crazier stuff. That's the main thing about that.
Yeah. So like you obviously, like you said, you immerse yourself in their content. You try to find the evidence and things you can kind of get. And you're not playing when you say that you spend like hours looking because that's what you say in a quick second, like on your videos, like after hours looking at, you know, that's like that's real talk.
Yeah. I've never back in my old videos, I would say, you know, I was spending 3-4 hours because I was still formulating at that time. Like I was spending a lot of time still developing my formula. I was asking random people, hey, can you send like a little pic of or tell me how high your elbow is sitting off the ground or something like that. So, you know, I'm taking these samples, 100, 200 people, and putting pieces of my stuff together.
Right.
And after that, that's when it was just like, it's become evident intensive. I got my formula now. I need all this evidence.
Right.
And so from there, it's just where it started to take more and more time to make my style of videos that I do now. Like that same effect that I do now. I feel like the more time I'm able to invest into a video, you know, the better the output a bit. Unless I just get super tired and force myself to record. Now I'm like taking a little break because I've done that in some videos and I look so dead. My management be clowning me for that. But yeah, I take more breaks.
I feel you, man. Hey, so I read somewhere, you know, because what you're doing is it's advanced, really, and you're coming up. Really, I'm gonna be honest with you. So you're doing stuff that people do for PhDs. Really, they come up with new knowledge, and you're coming up with your own equation, your own formula for finding out people's height. You're in a sense creating new knowledge. And as I said, I read somewhere where you actually want to like put this in some sort of academic journal or some work like
that. Popular Mechanics.
Yeah, that's really good, man. No, I definitely think you should. I 100% think you should. And let me tell you one thing too, just as someone who has been in academia, like that will bring so much legitimacy to I guess what people call informal learning, outside of the classroom learning, because you said you were reading physics books, you're reading papers, you're reading like published literature without any like professor saying, Kenyon, you need to read this. You know what I mean? Like you're just naturally like find it because it's in the process of you doing something that you already enjoy. And I think that's really where a lot of learning happens when a person really gets excited and they go after something. And like you're like perfect evidence of that with now this formula that it's going to be in somebody's textbook one day.
And then there's I guess my next move I'm trying to learn is like kind of dynamics, which is like for my McGregor video.
I saw that one.
I went into that I guess not even really knowing where to start. I was thinking like linear motion and but I was like, this is like something really beyond that. Like there's so little detail in such like a really short amount of time. And I remember I just spent that whole, I think I even made an Instagram story about it, but I just spent that whole day just doing research and just learning how I could piece this problem together just to put together that video.
Right.
So, I mean, it's definitely a big time investment.
No doubt. And shout out to some people who popped in on the live. Joseph Daniels, Dr. Daniels says, cool stuff, man. Keep creating and building. Good friend Marissa B. Bravo said, that's so cool. So we got some people just popping in, giving you some shout outs in the chat. Jennifer Mabry says, this is cool. Gonna have my students watch this. You ever thought about that, man? Like making videos to like give to like younger students to kind of like teach them certain things about math?
Yeah, I've done it once. I need to keep the series going. I never got back around to making the sequels, but I did one about slope. So, and that one did really well too. And I've just had a lot of different teachers like DM me like, hey, I showed your video for bell work. And like I even had a principal like DM me, told me they showed my videos like that whole like high school class. So
that's dope.
That's been pretty cool. I try and keep it something, that they can all just watch and relax a bit.
And speaking of that, man. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I keep my content very monetizable and stuff like that.
Yes, you got to, man. I think you come across as a person that's really, upstanding, well put together young man that got a nice future ahead of him. And going back to your part about dynamics, I think which is really cool is that you did one on Bobby Smurder's hat.
Oh yeah, I did that one. I guess it didn't really take me too long, but I guess the
Go
way
ahead,
I kind of pieced it
people who
together was kind of
go ahead and describe to people who haven't seen it what that particular one is talking about.
okay. That's the one where I tried to measure how far or how long it would, or what the hat would have to do in order to make a round trip to Jupiter.
Because he threw it in the video. He just
And so, yeah. And so, like, obviously, it's kind of hard to calculate the bounce of a hat. So I was just doing research on like Jupiter's atmosphere and stuff, like the force of gravity and like I guess its composition. And Jupiter really, what I was thinking I should have did, which probably would have been more accurate, is just capture like the orbital velocity or something, and just say the hat just went around this and just shot back out at this speed. But instead, I did it based off like if it went in, and I don't remember what the core was composed of, but if it just went and it just hit that like a really dense area of the core, and how fast it would have had to go to get back outside of its atmosphere. And so that's what I did that based off of. And just traveling through space was a pretty easy part.
yeah. The funny part of the video is when you were like, given that is you're like assuming that it's heat resistant because it's I was like, I love it. I love that.
Yeah, I gotta add the little subtle jokes in there. Keep this stuff entertaining. It can't always be just numbers,
For sure, man.
I try to stay away from that just a little bit, not showing too much of the calculation, but more of just talking about it as I go with the pictures behind there, just to keep the videos a little bit more entertaining, but it's still like implanting that in the viewer's head, like, oh, he did this. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So if they ever want to just go back and like replicate, or maybe if they see it in a way that they can just apply it to something in their life, they're like, oh, I can figure this out by doing this.
Right.
That's pretty good.
And there's always there's like a science to the assumptions too. I mean, you made a joking one, but still, like sometimes you're making like legit assumptions. Right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right. And I remember when I was in college actually taking thermodynamics, and the professor was just like, you really can make any assumption you want. I mean, you want to make sure that your assumptions are grounded in some base of reality, but I think it's really good when you're able to make assumptions that ultimately yield a fruitful answer. I mean, how long have you been wrong? I mean, how many times have you been wrong? Can you remember as you think about everything?
Most of my wrongs were like in the beginning, but I would say most recently I've pretty much been getting every single one of them right. I would say probably like five, 6 times.
Total out of all the videos you've done.
Yeah, probably like 6.
There you go. And most of those were in your rookie season. So that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Stan D loves it too. Shout out to Stan watching this on live. All right, man. In these last couple of minutes, let's get some advice, man. Because here's the thing: like a lot of people, myself included, we want to make cool, like STEM related content, like you've already succeeded at doing, and you're still doing. And so, let's go ahead and get some advice from you on people who are aspiring to do what you do, maybe in their own brand, maybe in a different niche, whatever the case may be. Like, I would love to hear your advice, just as an influencer, as a creator.
100%. I've actually been thinking about like some different advice I can tell people, just as far as like getting started or how to apply like their knowledge to their videos. And I would say the best advice, like this is the absolute best advice I can give you right now, is take your favorite hobby and anything you want to do, whether you like, I don't know, bicycling, art, anything. Go and align yourself with that community. Get like really involved with that community, and take that kind of content that you like really enjoy and create, and apply like the math and stuff or just anything to it. So if you bicycling, if you were to just go down this hill or whatever, like some kind of popular biking path, this is how fast you would travel without pedaling or something like that. Just it can be completely random. Just get really creative with whatever subject it is. But like whatever the community is, like really like nurture your content in that community, because they're gonna take you so far, as far as like reposting, just sharing your video, and those shares and stuff are gonna like accumulate to push you into the algorithm, I would say. And when I was starting out, I didn't specifically align myself with a community, but like I would get like into collabs with a lot of different fandoms. So I take people who already have an established community, and I would talk to their fans. So like when I was streaming and stuff, I would like put the hashtags, hey, this community, whatever they fan community is, and I'd be like, I'm streaming on Twitch. If you want to come help me find your favorite creator's height, come through. Boom, 200 views, 1,000 views, 1,500, 1,800. Like I remember getting like 1,800 last week, and just by tagging their community on Twitter. And after that, my streams, we sitting at a consistent 100, 200 ever since then. And that's not even me doing my hype videos now. These are just people who enjoy my content and enjoyed that stream so much that
rock with you now.
They wanted to just stick around. So I definitely say just get involved with some type of like online community, and those are going to be the best people to really help you push your content. And then consistency. You want to stay consistent with that. And you're not going to know like what's going to blow up on TikTok when you first starting, because it takes about 3 hours when you're a new creator. Like I remember back, I think in November, it took my first video. It didn't even do anything till overnight. The first hype guest video.
Right.
So it takes about 3-4 hours to even hit the algorithm. So you don't need to be discouraged about that. Don't keep checking, refreshing. Just get off the app, let it do its thing, go plan another video or go about your day. And once your first video hits, and when I mean hit, I mean like 10, 20, 30,000 views, you need to go and look at what people are liking about that video. And if that video just has a bunch of views and not a lot of likes, you need to figure out what you can do differently, because you want to make sure your view to like ratio is pretty solid. That's going to help your videos get pushed even further. So I definitely say, one, align yourself with some type of community, and 2, analyze your content. You want to just try and constantly improve and innovate on like what you're already doing. Get creative topics. People like creative like stuff that they're not even thinking of. Like if I want to like use the inner plate of a microwave to measure somebody's height, like nobody expecting that. Like you got to really think outside the box when you like creating content. I think that's like some of the best advice I can give.
Man, that's fantastic advice. That's incredible advice, man, because I think that's some of the things people miss. A lot of times there's a lot of generic advice out there, and you just gave some very practical, down-to-earth advice. So thank you for that.
No problem.
I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate that, just in our community. But you mentioned earlier, and we, getting ready to wrap this thing up, but you just talked about how you making some decisions about your career. I'm definitely rooting for you, and I mean that genuinely, man. I think you are obviously very intelligent. You have very talented, and there's really anywhere you can go. I mean, there's really no limit at this point. And I know as a young person, sometimes that can even be that in and of itself can be intimidating. The fact that there is no limit, and it's like, oh, I don't want to go down the wrong path and then end up realizing it was the wrong path, any of that. But I just want to be able to tell you, man, from me to you, like, I just want to affirm what you're doing, and that ultimately you can't lose. Like whatever you choose, I truly believe that you'll be smart enough to learn lessons through that path and then apply it to whatever you decide to do after that next phase. Because ultimately, man, there is no right answer, man. The only right answer is to be true to, who you are, and not really try to live anybody else's life.
Yeah, I completely understand that. And I guess I got my advantage is I'm able to pick up on stuff really quick. So I know I'll always utilize that. This summer, I'm definitely going to see what this content is doing, though. If that's something that's just blowing up, I'm just ride that wave for maybe like a year or two. If I have to, just go to school part-time. But I'm still going to get my degree and stuff. So
yeah,
that's cool. It might just take me a little bit longer than I was expecting. I was expecting to be in and out of college in like 3 years and just be doing my thing. But now it's going to be a bit of a slower journey.
Right. You know, it's crazy though, because like that's how it is for incredible athletes. People, you know, who go to the league and stuff like that, these opportunities. And I just love the fact that you kind of have the same options right now as a math guy. You know what I mean? Like that's just
Yeah, 100%.
that's so dope, man. Well, man, well, before we say goodbye, if you can just go ahead and plug whatever. I know you've already shared a little bit what you're doing, but if you can go ahead and share what people should look out for as they follow you and hop on these other platforms, and then leave us maybe with some parting words of wisdom before we say goodbye one more time.
Okay. If you want, I've been most active on Twitch and Twitter. My Twitter is very focused, community focused. So, I mean, I still post like some interesting stuff on there, like from time to time, just for anybody to just enjoy. My Twitter is the same handle as my TikTok and Instagram, Kentai Haven, no dot. YouTube, I'm definitely gonna jump on that soon. Like, I want to be able to just focus on one thing at a time. So that's also the same handle, Kentai Haven. But Twitch is definitely become like my new streaming outlet. If I stream anywhere, it's probably exclusively just Twitch. And that's Kentai H. If you want to see me do like high guessing and stuff live, I do it over on there. My chat has exploded recently, so I still like find people occasionally in there. I read it off or whatever. So some advice, I guess some parting advice is don't give up, because there's going to be times where you might have like grown to this certain point and you might not get the same views and stuff that you've gotten on some videos. Like you might go a week where your views are kind of low, or you're just not getting the same level of engagement. Don't feel pressure to have to, switch up your content. Just stay consistent and just kind of let that wave blow off. There's probably just something going on. If you feel like there are some improvements you can make in your content, maybe make those improvements, but don't entirely just switch yourself up to just try and beat the algorithm. It's just, you got to let it do its thing and just keep staying consistent with your content.
I love it, man. And life. That's life, man. That's life advice, bro.
Yeah, that's completely applicable to life.
For sure, for sure. Well, yo, man, thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. Thank you on behalf of everybody who's watching this, whether live or in the future. And yeah, man, definitely rooting for you. Definitely want to see you win. And listen, I have made it now my personal, as far as what you're doing, thing that I'm rooting for is that animated portion of your idea, man. So we're gonna try to see.
I feel like that's gonna blow all the way up if that happens.
All the way, much like your, the profile pic you have on Instagram. Like I was like, I can see that. I totally can see that. I would watch that.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live now. Peace out to everybody. Thank you for tuning in with us. This is STEM Media. Go ahead and follow Kenyon on all platforms that he just shared. And now's a good time to also subscribe to STEM Media. And we'll catch you next time. Peace.
Later.